Hey guys, it's Bish Aussie here, and welcome to episode 23 of the Berlin Dynamo series. Now, today's episode, it's a very good episode, as you can probably tell by the title, and also by the league table. As you can see, we've done it. We've pretty much secured promotion. All we need to really do, at a minimum, is well, we've already secured promotion, but I want to finish in second place, if that makes sense. So we realistically need a win for one of these last two games, but two draws will probably take it as well. It might not. Goal difference is very tight between ourselves and Eintracht Braunschweig. So yeah. Anyway, we want to win. At least one of them. Erzberg, they've actually gotten relegated. They're currently rock bottom of 3 Liga. And yeah, we've got promoted. Taken us 3 seasons, 3 whole seasons, 3 years, and we've finally done it. We'll go into details a little bit more, but I'll show you the recent fixtures. Of course, the previous episode was Hertha and 1860 München, and since then, we've actually remained undefeated. So we've essentially been undefeated since that Bielefeld game. Absolutely incredible run of form, which has led us to being promoted after 2 previous seasons of absolute heartbreak. So very, very happy. We followed the winning ways off with a 1-0 victory here over Schalke 2. Not the greatest performance in the world. As you can see, we only had 1 shot on target. We managed to get the goal through Lehmann, who's sort of solidified himself as that right back in our lineup at the moment. Of course, he was only in there due to injury, and he's just taken it with both hands. He's developing incredibly as well, which is unheard of. Getting a goal for himself, realistically, he's more of a centre-back anyway. So the fact that he did that, they had 1 shot on target as well. Had a goal disallowed there for them as well. So a little bit unlucky there for Schalke 2, but we'll take the win and we move on. The next game was a 3-1 victory over Meppen, SV Meppen. As you can see, again, pretty unlucky for them. Akono opened the scoring for us in the 4th minute. Jublovic getting on the score sheet there as well. And then it was 3-0 from Struik. So a very, solid performance there again. Schock picked up an injury in this game as well. So a little bit frustrating for our sort of solidified first-team goalkeeper to pick up an injury. However, it hasn't really mattered, realistically, because Klinger, even in this game, he came on the pitch there, getting himself a 7.2. We did concede a goal for Meppen, but yeah, just a solid performance defensively, which I can't really say has happened, too often. Especially early in the season. The next victory was indeed a victory against Würzburger Kickers. One of the teams actually offered me a job throughout the middle of the season when they fired their manager. Beat them 2-1, as you can see. Pretty dominant performance. 8 shots on target to their 2. They still scored a goal. They actually opened the scoring through Tassar. Then Akono replied 10 minutes later, and then Akono got himself the winner. And I was very, very happy with that 93rd minute winner for Akono, the big lad up top. The next game against, Eintracht Braunschweig, I said when we were sort of previewing it that it was going to be a pretty important game, and it did end up being an important game. A 3-3 draw, so shared points. However, as you can see, we were 3-0 down. So they opened the scoring with a penalty, got another goal 2 minutes later in the 6th minute. So we were 2-0 down. Got a 3rd goal 10 minutes before half-time. And then luckily 4 minutes after that, in the 40th minute, Akono coming up with a pretty much game-saving goal to get us back in it and bringing it back to 3-1. Meyer getting himself a goal, pretty strange from the ball-winning midfielder position in the 64th minute. And then luckily for us, we got a penalty, sort of repaying the favour for that 4th minute penalty for them. And Akono, dispatched that one away, getting himself a 2nd goal. And, sharing the points between ourselves and Braunschweig. And the most recent game I just played was a 2-1 victory against SC Freiburg 2. And again, just a nice little win. They opened the scoring. We got a goal back through Akono 5 minutes later, and then Milic getting us the winning goal, the big centre-back. So, solid performance. Again, pretty undeserved, I guess. 2 shots on target. They only had 3. Better XG, but still, yeah, we just performed and were clinical when it really mattered, which is the most important thing when it comes to Football Manager, as I'm sure most of you know. I think at the moment, Akono is actually on for the highest goals in a season for Berlin Dynamo. So that'll be interesting over the next 2 games. But let me get into the league table here. We'll have a look in a bit more detail. I'll check the face cam down the bottom there. As you can see, Gladbach, they've already won the league, 84 points. We are on 74 in second place. And then Braunschweig are on 70 in third place. As you can see, Braunschweig, I think they only need a point mathematically. I might be wrong with that. That's just a first glance in one of the next 2 games to solidify themselves as the other promoted or automatic promoted team. Regensburg are in 4th place in that playoff spot at the moment. However, Karlsruhe are right on their heels, 3 points behind them. So it could be very, very exciting for that playoff spot. Of course, Karlsruhe getting relegated last season. Anyway, now that that's over, let me bring the face cam back up the top there. And we will go into something that's very interesting. Another thing to mention, we got 61,500 wage budget from the preview. So realistically, I have actually made some signings, but we're at essentially 46,000 at the moment, as you can see from there. So that's what, a 15,000 increase, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. I have signed a really good goalkeeper though already, so I'm very excited for that. 32-year-old, very experienced goalkeeper, and definitely Bundesliga 2 quality. So yeah, the finances absolutely dreadful, almost 2.7 mil in the red. But we won't worry about that because it's all going to turn around. All going to turn around now that we have been promoted. Anyway, here's what I mean. Look at our goalkeeper for today. You might be like, oh, that's a bit strange. Heffernan. Why is Heffernan in goals? Well, the answer to that question is Schock had that injury that I mentioned before. In the last game, or after the last game, I should say, Klinger managed to get himself an injury, and he's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. So he's going to miss the last 2 games. Schock is back in about a week. So realistically, he'll be back for next game against Erzberg. But yeah, today we're going to go with Heffernan. He's got a 3 goalkeeper rating, as you can see there. He was the only 3 rated goalkeeper on the bench. We have a few other 3 rated players. I think Milic, Mueller, and then Meyer. I think they're the other 3 that have decent goalkeeper ratings, or the highest that we have in the team. The rest of the team, I'll show you Lehmann here really quick. As you can see, he's just improving. He looks good. Tackling's gone up. Positioning has skyrocketed up to 14. Pace is looking good as well. Strength is going up. He looks solid. He looks solid. He's also now a natural right wing-back or right full-back, which is very cool to see as well. And yeah, 2-star current ability, possibly 4-star potential ability as well. So hopefully he reaches that. I've also offered a new contract to Anor. Want to get Anor on the pitch today as well, and try and continue his growth, albeit he does have that low determination. One final thing to mention, I have tried to get Schneiders back on loan, and Twente have rejected that. They don't really want him to come back, as they want him to experience a different team, I guess, is their answer at the moment. Yeah, the rest of the team, we've got Lehmann at right back, Leader and Milic centre backs, Muller as left back, Meyer and Seebecker our centre mids, Julovic attacking mid, Struik right wing, Gudra left wing, and Akono up top. The bench today is pretty much everyone else that can really be on the bench. Looking for a big game here today as well. Big performance. And then we'll try and make sure, at least with a win, we'll solidify ourselves as second place in the league and the first automatic promoted team, which I would like to be going into Bundesliga 2 or 2 Bundesliga. A good save there. Good save there by... Why is his name Andrews? That's always weirded me out when players have different names. And that's going to be offside as well. All right. Pretty good start there for Duisburg, and they're still coming forward. They're actually a half-decent team. Leader playing it up to Jublovic. Struick. Hopefully we can just remain clinical as we have been recently. Good pass there to Gudra. But I don't really like Gudra being in that sort of left-back position. I want him further up the pitch. Jublovic. Cuts inside. Good ball. Struick. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult shot, that one. So I can't really blame him. I mean, honestly, I would take a draw today. I'm not fussed. We've already been promoted. We've secured automatic, which was the main goal. And promotion was on the cards. It's been on the cards for a while. But the recent form has just been way too good. Yeah. I don't really... It's hard to put it down to any signings because as we're coming forward here through Lehmann. Oh, that's a beautiful goal. That is a beautiful goal. That's Akono's 20th of the season. And Lehmann with a beautiful cross straight onto Akono's foot and a deft little finish. 1-0 to Berlin Dynamo. Yeah, like I said, the lone players, I mean, they've been good for depth, but Heffernan, Schneiders, and the other, I don't even remember what the other bloke's name is. He really hasn't featured at all. I think he played last episode for like one game, and that was pretty much it. I think he got injured as well, so I'll give him a little bit of credit where it's due. Schneiders has played a little bit, but again, hasn't really set the world on light. And that's saying something because Seebeck, he hasn't been that impressive either. I'll play Schneiders just because I'd love to try and get him back on loan. Absolutely love it. And we'll bring Anor on as well. I did say I wanted to give him a little bit of game time. All right, Duisburg with an interesting corner on the half volley. Anor now, a bit of space. He does have good acceleration on him. Gets tackled. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going to be a red card. That's a little harsh for Duisburg there. And Schneiders has picked up an injury. There you go. What are we going to do here? I was going to put Slamar on, but I don't really want to bring him on. I think I'll go Amadin. Actually, I think we're going to have to bring Slamar on, aren't we? Diamande. We'll go Diamande. That's fine. I was going to bring Slamar on, but yeah, I mean, I remembered I put Diamande on the bench. He will be here next season, so I don't really know if that's annoying. But where was the defense? They're down to 10 men, and they've got an equaliser. Going to encourage the boys. Jublovic with a free kick there. Decent save by the Duisburg goalkeeper. Milic to take the corner. Random. Come on, boys. I said a draw would be fine, but they're down to 10 men. We need to... If we concede a... Oh, my God. Oh, I thought that was going to be in. I've got to remember, we also don't have a naturalised goalkeeper in our goals at the moment. So, we'll take the draw. Jublovic with a corner. Milic, oh, the goalkeeper gets it. It looked like it was going for Milic's head. It definitely did. Another thing to mention as we're watching them boot the ball long, players. I've already been trying to set up deals now that we can actually offer players money. I had a left winger that I didn't really mind. I thought he was pretty good as Duisburg coming forward yet again in the box. As long as we don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot. First goal of the season. And they've got a winner. Oh, God. That's terrible. Poor Heffernan is on a 6.3. They've scored 2 goals. I almost feel sorry for him. You can pick the ball up, Heffernan. You don't just have to play with your feet, mate. You're in goals. You can use your hand as long as it's not passed back to you. Ooh, Akono. Can he pass it? He can. Susak. Diamande! Goal! There we go. Diamande. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. We get an equaliser in the 6th minute of added time as well. I said I'd take a draw. I wanted to win. I'll take a draw. As you can see, Heffernan with a 6.4. Lehman, like I said, he's been big recently. Diamande with a 7.9 coming off the bench. Diamande. He might have to maybe play some more, potentially. I don't know. That's a weird one. That is a weird one. All right, so Snyder's is out. He's not going to be playing for us anymore by the looks of it. I might try and go in for him again. Or put another loan offer in. But I'm assuming they'll probably not let us, not pay any wages in Bundesliga 2. They'll want some wage contribution. Not that it's big either. Anyway, I'll join you guys back for the Ergeberg game, and then we'll do a bit of an end-of-season review as well. All right? All right, let's get into the lineup for this game. Again, not exactly too sure if Schock's going to be able to play this game. Says he's scheduled to complete rehabilitation and returning to full training tomorrow. So maybe he'll be able to play. I think he will be. Or at least I hope he will be. Only changes for the lineup is obviously Schock there. Heffernan's back on the bench. Diamande, I brought him in as a register. Obviously, Seebeck, great player. Absolutely incredible servant to the club, especially, Regional Liga last 2 seasons. This season, not so good. But he's lost his legs. The pace is gone. Stamina's gone, the strength's starting to deteriorate as well now. But yeah, absolute beast of a player. Very happy for him to, I was going to say, come back to the club in another role, but he's absolutely dreadful as backroom staff. So disregard that. We need all the good staff we can get at the moment. Anor has also come in to replace Jublovic, who will be leaving us on a free. Again, talk to his agent, try to give him a new contract. Doesn't want a bar of it. So he'll be leaving as well. Amadin's already leaving on a free transfer. Gudra's contract doesn't run out until 2028. I wanted to try and lock that down again. And I negotiated with his agent. His agent said he wanted 5 to 5.5k per week, which I don't really want to pay right now. I did want to lock him down for an extra year on top of what he's already got, as he's one of the better players in the team. We do have him for next season, so that should be mentioned. We do have him for Bundesliga 2. However, after that, who knows? Akono is wanted by Hansa Rostock. I feel like I should probably offer him a new deal. So we'll do that on camera here real quick, and I'll show you exactly how I negotiate. he wants a 2-year deal. I'm kind of fine with that. He can have an extra year on top of it, on top of next season. Actually, pretty good wage demands, if I'm being honest. So we'll go like that. I'm gonna chuck the agent fee at 0. We'll go from there. Ideally, I think I want about 2.3k is what I want to sort of max it at. So we'll go 2.3. He's rejected it. That's fine. Again, I'll go back in. Hopefully, Hansa Rostock don't offer him a contract now, because that'd be pretty bad. But we'll just have to wait and see. And again, other players, Leader's one of them. I'll be offering him a new contract, but I'll do all that off camera. Just wanted to show you guys just briefly how I do it. I think Struick is another one. Yeah, he's off contract as well. Anyway, we'll sort all that off camera. Obviously, next episode, you guys will see who the new players are that I brought in, who the players are that have left. And again, I'll try and do my best to keep the main players that I want to keep. I know some of you guys, will have essentially grown, fond of those players, as have I. But again, players that need to be replaced will be, and hopefully we can actually find players of good quality to replace them. Hopefully that reputation increase, getting promoted, will allow us not only to get or to sign free contracts that are decent, but also loan players. Hopefully players like from the Dortmund 2 team, the Bayern Munich 2 team, Gladbach 2. Very loud motorbike going past. Hopefully all 3 of those sort of reserve teams will actually let us loan their players now, or they're better quality players. Of course, I was looking at that left winger from Dortmund 2 this season for no wages, which would have been absolutely incredible. There we go. We got promoted without him anyway, so it doesn't matter. Gudra putting in a massive season in that left wing position. That's a really good save there by Schock as well, that I should have mentioned. And hopefully we can get a goal here. Gudra, oh, he hits the crossbar. Very unlucky, very unlucky. All right. I mean, we're actually playing pretty well. So are they, to be fair. I say we're playing pretty well. We're actually kind of not. We don't look like we kind of look like we're losing the battle, if that makes sense. Got 4 players on yellow cards there as well. Meyer, Lehmann, they concern me. That was a very close header there as well from Econo. Struick just nicked the ball away. It's back to Leader. Plays to Lehmann. Struick. Good ball to Anor. Can he put a cross in? Yes, he can. And that's Econo. 1-0 to Berlin Dynamo. And that might be the goal record for Berlin Dynamo. I think Econo just got it. So it would have been actually pretty good to get his contract deals sorted out. Let's go some substitutions. Let's go... We'll go Montag for Lehmann, who's on a yellow card. And then we'll go Susek for Struick, who's on a yellow card. And then Jublovic for Gudra, and we'll chuck Anor into the left wing position. Let's get a few of those yellow cards off the pitch, because I would like to win this game. Considering they've currently got no manager, they're also in last place, relegated. So I feel like it's important. We don't really deserve to be promoted if we can't beat the team coming last, albeit we've already actually been promoted. So maybe the boys might not be at 100% today. We are in the lead at the moment. I say that as they literally score the goal to equalise. That was inevitable. I did feel like it was coming. So fair play to them. We'll make those changes as well. And then I'm going to encourage the boys. Hopefully that fires some of them up a little bit. So yeah, some of them responded well to it. leader, Diamande, Ikono. Might even demand a bit more out of him. Try and push forward and grab that. We've actually dropped down. That's frustrating. Come on, boys. Diamande, he can't win the header. Braunschweig have just overtaken us. Meyer! Oh, so close. Apologies for the screen. Are we really going to draw this game? Come on, man. We're going to finish in third place. That's so frustrating. It was a good goal by Ikono. And all with an 8-match rating as well. Very happy with that. Man of the match. The fact we haven't won that game. Oh, look at that. It literally, last day of the season, dropped us down to third place. Back-to-back draws. And of course, Braunschweig win both their games. And yeah, managerless Erzberg managed to beat, or I would say they beat us. Getting a draw against us in that position is as good as a win, in my opinion. And I am very upset with my players. I'm not that upset because we managed to get promoted. But anyway, let's have a look at some ratings here. Best performer this season goes to Ikono. I mean, 24 starts, 5 sub-appearances for him, 21 goals, massive haul for Ikono, and a 7.11, which realistically doesn't look that high. Nobody really, stood out incredibly, if that makes sense. I feel like it was just a very much a team performance. Everyone in the team put in sort of consistent enough performances with Ikono's goals, and then obviously Jublovic and Gudra's assists in there as well. Jublovic had 6 goals, 12 assists, and a 7.07 average rating. Gudra just behind him, 28 games, 7 goals, 10 assists, so 7.02 for him. Impressively enough, Felix Meyer, a player with us that I probably didn't even really rate from the regional league, started at the club, played really well in that first season at centre-back in the regional Liga. Second season, only played 2 games in 3 Liga. Last season, 11 games, much better average rating, and then I absolutely depended on him as our ball-winning midfielder this season. And he managed to get himself 6 goals and 4 assists in a 36-game season, and a 7.01 average rating there as well throughout the course of the season. Other notable mentions, Schock with a 6.99 for goalkeeper. That's pretty good. A little bit further down, Struick, 9 goals, 6 assists for him, 6.96. So not super consistent, but a pretty good goal return there as well. Second highest goals in the team. And all behind him, 5 starts with 20 substitute appearances, getting himself 3 goals, 3 assists, and a 6.92. Now, to put that into perspective, he had 20 substitute appearances and he's averaged a 6.92. That's incredible. That's really impressive. And based on that stat alone, or the fact that he's done that with 5 starts and 20 sub appearances, I'm going to start him a lot more next season. Again, we're probably going to get battered in Bundesliga 2 anyway. I don't expect us to do back-to-back promotions or anything like that. I think we'll be in a much better stead after 1 season if we can manage to avoid relegation, which theoretically should be a lot easier than potentially getting relegated from 3 Liga. But anyway, just behind him, Lehmann, the other sort of youth academy graduate. Like I said, he's been big towards the end of the season. 11 starts for him, 5 sub appearances, and a 6.88. 1 goal, of course, getting that goal this episode. Not this episode. In between this episode and last episode, and a couple assists from him. He did get the assist, or one of those assists this episode. As far as everyone else, we had some, other decent performers. Montag, Muller on his last season with the club, 6.96 for 34 starts. What can I say? Solid enough three-leaguer sort of wingbacks, fullbacks, whatever you want to call them. And the last mention is Amadin. He's leaving the club. Been on a great wage for us. Really, really helped out. Signed him when we came to three-leaguer from Schalke 2. And as you can see there, the average ratings don't lie. He's had above a 7 or a 7 and above all 3 seasons. And he's played a lot of games throughout the courses of those seasons. This season, a little bit less in terms of his assists. He only got 5 as opposed to the last 2 where he got 10 and 10. So sad to see him leave. But again, we're moving up. We're moving on. I'm sure he'll be picked up by a decent enough team. If he goes to Regional Liga, I could see him absolutely destroying it. So very happy with him. Some performers I'm not happy with. Holtman. Had big sort of expectations for Holtman. He's now digressed. Really happy that it's only a 1-year contract. Get 2.8k back on the wages as well. Expected more from him. Another one, Milic, albeit he's playing as a ball-playing defender. Realistically, he's not a ball-playing defender. He's more of a centre-back. Hasn't been too impressive this season. And again, understandable. He's only got 8 passing. Not good enough for a ball-playing defender. As you can see there, 6.83. It's too low. We'll keep him around next season. He'll probably be on the bench as our backup centre-back. And we'll look to replace him. Another one, Diamande. I mean, he came up with a goal in this episode, which was pretty cool and pretty crucial. However, he's been pretty dreadful as well. So we're going to look to replace him. He'll be here next season as well as a backup. But honestly, what can I say? There have been a lot of bad performers. Like I said, the lone players, Siharoglu, Heffernan, Schneiders. I would like to keep Schneiders. He didn't play well, but I think he has it in him to be a register and to really perform well. Not only that, but he could essentially play attacking midfield if we so desired. Might be his physicals that let him down, potentially. He's still only 18. I'd love to get him back somehow on loan, which would be ideal. But again, we can probably sign players of his ability or potentially even better once we get that reputation increase and go up to Bundesliga 2. Collage, I signed him to be sort of the backup option. He's worse than the backup option. He's absolutely terrible. Like I said, in the end, I ended up playing Lehmann over him. And at the time, I think he was 17 at the start of the season, being that backup. So fair play to Lehmann, and very happy Collage will be leaving on a free transfer. Uzan's another one that's leaving us. Very sad. Final season for him. He's 33 years old now. Another one that started with us in that first season. Had a good first season with us, getting us promoted. And since then, he hasn't really done too much and was absolutely dreadful this season. So we moved him on, stuck with Ikono, and it really paid off. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of the episode. Surprisingly enough, Milic has the highest pass completion rate in the team. That's hilarious. Anyway, smash a like on the video for our promotion. Albeit we came third. Not the best thing in the world to see. But we're equal points with Braunschweig, and we are going to go up with them. Regensburg do keep that playoff position, so I'm assuming they might get promoted with us as well. Anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when our Bundesliga 2 season starts. Can't wait. Really looking forward to it. As always, take it easy, and goodbye.